and slob it on these knobs. So,
In 5, 4.
So, welcome to the shit show. As you can see, there's something a little bit different. I got this new gift, and that was by my producer for my birthday, but that's the only update that I have. So on to the story. Of course, I'm kidding. Next to me is Bunny, my best friend of... We started being friends, damn, dude, like 11 years, 12 years.
13 years now.
Yeah, 12, 13 years, something like that. So basically half my life I've known this bitch. Gross, we're old now. And my birthday is actually tomorrow, ironically, so this is a perfect shit show. If you are so inclined, we'll put down the Amazon wish list, because why not? It's my birthday. And my CashApp if you're feeling froggy. So today we are going to tell a story that my producer has on purpose made us wait to tell, which I think is hilarious because this is a classic. It's very much a good story. So we'll start on my side of things, just because my side's a little less exciting. Because I started talking to a gentleman by the name of Clay, and we're using real names because I don't give a shit. So I met up with this guy named Clay, but I had been talking to him on and off for like a couple of weeks, and I was like, I don't know if I want to meet up with him yet. I don't know. And then one night he's like smoking, he's like, hey, you should just come over and hang out with me, you know? And I was like, okay, that sounds like a good idea. So I just went over there and smoked. But that's where I'm going to stop that part. Now we'll go on to Bunny's part of the story, where so she was on a lot of like social media, dating sites, things like that. We had met up with a guy named Sergey, or she met a guy named Sergey on, what was it, Tinder?
Yeah.
Yeah? I'm pretty sure that was Tinder.
Or like Meet Me or something silly like that.
Some wild, like off the wall. It's gotta be Meet Me, because that's where I met Clay. And he told, yeah. So, okay. So, yeah, I'm pretty sure you're right. It was Meet Me. Either that or maybe it was Tinder and he had just like mentioned, hey, like, here's another app. So I feel like maybe it was Tinder. But anyways, so she's like, oh, I kind of like this guy. I think it's, I think he seems pretty cool. You kind of liked him.
I did.
The vibes were okay.
They were fine, but we also met him together on the first date. We went together, so we were sitting right next to each other, just like this.
Because she was like, dude, there's something weird. Like, I think I just need somebody to go with me. And I was like, I bet. So we're like sitting there, exactly like you said, across from each other, and we're waiting, and we see him walking. She's like, oh my God, there he is. I'm like, yeah, that looks like the guy.
Yep.
And where is he from again, Katie? Remind that one. Remind the class.
He's from the Ukraine.
So when he comes in, he's a little like camping. And what would we call that, Bunny? Intense.
Yeah. The kind of like dead fish eyes kind of look. The very light.
Like a little lost in the soul. Like he knows what's happening, but like he's been through like hell and back.
Shit.
And he's just like... Yeah.
Like looking into your soul.
No, looking through you.
It's like the 1,000-mile stare.
Yes.
Like through your soul, your neighbor's soul, your dad's soul, your grandpappy's soul, great grandpappy's soul. Everybody has been awoken from the dead.
Yes. It was very intense. So, and interestingly enough, while we were sitting together, getting to know you kind of shit as threesome
would. Or somebody trying to get to know somebody.
Questionnaire situation. It was really awkward. He kept staring at Hannah directly through her soul. Like, would not stop staring at her, like asking her questions. And she kept going, you're here for her. You are here for her. She did not hold back.
Because that's what he did. I'd be like, oh, haha, that's a funny story. And I'd look at Katie and I'd look back and he's still like, I'm like, dude, you're here for her. Look at her. And then he just straight to her. And I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with this, bro?
Yeah.
And it's so, like, we slowly kind of get him to talk a little bit. Like, not much, though. It was like pulling teeth to get this kid to talk. Like, she kind of eventually got some stuff out of him. We talked, and she's like, okay, thanks. Like, hope you have a good night. And he's like, thanks. You know? He talked a little bit more than that when we left, but, like, it wasn't super warm. It was just kind of like, so it's like, okay, that's pretty rad. But, there's also this. Well, I threw you that, so it'd be like that. Because I'm an asshole. But, so Bunny was like, oh, I think I'm going to date this guy. I think he's going to be good. And I'm like,
okay.
Okay, Bunny.
That's a choice.
That is...
Young and
I love
dumb.
you.
I'm just going to say young,
dumb, and full of cum, as one would say.
Hell yeah.
So... We're just gonna use just bad luck right now.
We're a struggle bus.
We're just struggle bussing right now.
Yes.
We'll just cut out this whole
entire
no
part.
way, keep rolling.
Just in case, however you want to cut it. So, she's like, oh, I think we should date this guy. I'm like, okay, well, here we are. So she started seeing the guy and started whatever. So she'd tell me pretty much every time she went over there because she was like, I mean, I like the guy, but like, I just want to, be safe, whatever. I'm like, okay, cool. So here's the apex of the story.
These visits, were they just visits or were they visits?
They were sexual in nature. They were very much.
Netflix and chill, if you know what I mean.
Very chill. Very chill. Well, so, the night that I decided to meet up with Clay, my person, I was like, hanging out with him, sitting in my car, doing whatever. And, he's like, oh, yeah, I think you'd probably like meeting my roommate. And I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. It's like kind of nighttime, so I'm like not really paying attention to much other than just like us in the car. And he looks over and he goes, oh, they're coming out right now. And this all happened in like literally the matter of 2 seconds. I see somebody start to open up the door to the front of the house. And then I look down to the cul-de-sac and there is Bunny's car. Because she drives, a Cutlass Sierra?
1994.
Yes, Cutlass Sierra. And it was a white one. So it's the unmistakable box thing. I was like, is that? No. And then and she has very personalized plates. It's BU, I'll tell you. It's like BNNY, BNY or something like that. It's very specific. And so I was like, wait a minute, and then I look over and I see my fucking best friend coming out of the front door with fucking Sergey, the guy we had just met like a couple of nights ago. And I'm like, there's no fucking way. And he's like, what are you talking about? I was like, that's my best friend Bunny right there. And he's like, how do you know? But I was like, that's my fucking best friend.
Yeah.
And so I got out of the car and I was like, Bunny? And she's like, Hannah? I was like, Bunny? What are you doing here? And we literally just were out in the middle of the street, just like, Bunny, Hannah, Bunny, Hannah.
Doing the triangle arms,
and they're both kind of looking at each other, and we're like, what's up?
Squaring up,
So we didn't even do it on purpose. We just
it was just a shock.
It just happened to be that way that I happened to meet up with this guy that night, and then a few nights before we had seen the guy that she would then date for on and off for 3 years. And so
serious.
It was, she wanted it to be serious. Yes.
I hope it's too much.
And he was very stable as far as things went. Like he could take care of her financially. He could cook-ish. He could clean-ish. He wasn't really dirty, so there wasn't really much to clean. And but he just wasn't there emotionally
at all whatsoever.
He just kept the emptiness that was in his eyes when we saw, you know, the
Yeah.
stare.
Yeah, it was always completely unsettling. And the weirdest thing about all of that is that my mother loved him.
And we don't like Madre.
And I was very uncomfortable. For example, after everything ended, funny enough, we'll probably get back to it in the Bad Moms episode.
Yeah, we'll have to do it, yeah.
We have so much to talk about.
Mothers from Hell.
Yes. So after we broke up, it was kind of around Turkey Day time, and she knew that he didn't have any family in the area, so she still invited him to our family Turkey Day after we had broken up.
Which is a weird move.
And I was living with them because I broke up and moved out of our shared apartment to my parents' house until I could find somewhere else to go.
Yeah. What else am I supposed to do?
I had nowhere to go, so I just had to sit and enjoy Turkey Day sober.
Well, yeah. And I mean, now you have my family, so even if I choose not to go back for Thanksgiving, you can hang out. Even if I don't come back for Turkey Day, you can always hang out with the family.
Oh, yeah.
The family.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know. But you can, you know, at least they're decent people instead of your psycho-ass family who don't understand fucking basic human decency. Unless it comes to them, then you need to cater to their every whim because they suck.
Woohoo!
So, anyways, that is the latest version of the shit show. We thank our lovely guest Bunny for being on. It's not often that, you know, we get people out here in this great, lovely state, but it was worth it. It was good. It's been a good weekend.
Mm-hmm.
We made it over the cattail pass. That was good. So, you know, it was a good time.
Got over the fear of heights and went on to this little outlook area and saw some really scary and beautiful views.
Almost died a little inside,
Mm-hmm.
but that's okay. We made it to the other side.
Yes.
So, thank you for joining us on yet another episode of The Shit Show, and thanks for being with us, Bunny.
Thank you.
Always. Maybe next week, when Bunny isn't here, so maybe you can be a fly on the wall. We will talk about what happened last night on next week's episode of The Shit Show. So, thanks for joining us, everybody.
Bye.
From me and my babies, like and subscribe. Make sure to share, comment, and follow. Somebody knocked one off.